What's up, guys? It's still hilarious to do it every time. Subscriber's house today. We're moving a fuse board from one cupboard across a hallway to another cupboard. The location it's currently in is a bit of a bizarre position. It's an old, what would have been a rewirable board. It's been upgraded, I think, the MCBs to the trip ones. So we're going to use the whisker relocation box to extend the stuff across, pull the existing things back, put the new board on. We've got a 20-way surge fuse box board to put in with RCBOs, that usual jazz. There's 3 boards that need including into this one. So Adam's got his work out from today because it's in a cupboard. And yeah, just get the tester out, have a test, see what's going on with the place, and I'll run you around.
Oh no, I'm going to sit in the garden.
You're not going to sit in the garden.
I'm going to sit in the garden.
Absolutely not, because you're on holiday very soon and you need to get your work done. If you don't make up the time lost, your wages will be docked.
Oh.
Also, I heard from on the grapevine from what you lot said, you know I'm paying you to go to college.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, you'd have to.
No.
No.
Nope. So I'll be actually docking. How many Mondays have you went to college for? I think it's about 100, isn't it?
About
500. Yeah. So we'll work out. I pay you £120 a day. So I don't. Before anyone loses the shot, it's 130. You're the richest apprentice in the world. Right, we'll start again because I never turned the microphone on. Adam's up here, just waiting to test all of this stuff. Usual malarkey, fully ICR. The board is then going to extend from here. These cables, which we can already see, are all being pulled back. We're incorporating this fuse board and this fuse board all into one. Adam's been here at the weekend labelling this board up with a Sharpie. Good job. Got some spare ways. This then backs onto an outside wall, which will then allow us to run some big armour cables out at some point, whether it be us or someone else. But there's a 20-way board going in, so there's going to be plenty of room to feed out to the garden. It's going to take us a bit of a while to test this because there's 64 bedrooms in this house. 64, 65, not quite sure yet. Lost count. Adam, do you want to live here?
Yeah.
I play a game of hide and seek. I think that's what we should do. We'd never find you. So we've gone around this one circuit we can't find, which is 20 amp, which isn't the end of the world. This has been installed quite poorly, if I'm being completely honest. I'm not critique other people's work, but the board Adam's on at the moment, we've just isolated it all at the isolation switches. There's a battery storage and PV, so they're both being isolated. We're going to be double checking, triple checking that is off there, so when we incorporate it in, they're on their own meters, which means we can bring them down and put them on their own RCBOs, A-type, in our new board. But the feed across to the PV board is actually piggybacked on top of our main tails, which are in here, which come down like this. So all this is now going to get ripped out. We're going to pull everything we can do back through there. Then we're going to put the whisker box on here, change this to a main switch in there to isolate it. And this up here is the old incomer, which has been replaced in the past couple of years. Get rid of the cooker because that can all be incorporated within the new board. So Adam's going to lower play. We'll put a whisker box as well on top of that board, which is literally just an outside feed. We'll then extend that across around and bring it into the new board. So we should have a nice big 20-way board with everything in it. Yeah, they've done it neat, but it's the everything else that's not neat, is it?
Put a little loops down.
Right, do you want to grab the tester out, mate, and double check that's all dead, please? Right, so we've ripped off as much as we can. 3 lighting circuits, 3 radials. We know what 2 do, we don't know what the other one does. And what happened was the whole house was on one ring, but there was these connector blocks within the board. What looks like there's a new ring been running here, what looks like for the new part of the house, which is over here. There's the old ring. So we're going to split them, test this ring, making sure that is a full ring and we've got some good readings. And when we separate it over to the board, we can pull these ones back and make it so the house now has 2 rings instead of 1. It's the way you go, whisker way you go, fuse board relocation kit, which we've opened up. So for positioning, I'm going to cut out a few of these on top with some stuffing glands. And then annoyingly, the way this is positioned there's obviously a reason and a method why this is all like this at the back, but I'm just going to cut. Put that in there. I'm going to cut a slot out here, and then we've got some fire sealant. I mean, it's a plastic enclosure, so fire sealant and plastic enclosure, nice one. But to bring these last few in, and then from there, that's going to go and sit onto the brick itself, and then we're going to have to do some stuffing glands, probably out the bottom of it, right hand side down here, which will bring all the tails up and through in that hole, which will come down across here as a 4x2 trunking, and we'll do 4x2 trunking across there, and then we'll do top entry into the board. There's our board. Adam's getting it all ready, glanded off the armoured, so we can bring that through in its own circuit. 2.5 mil, because originally it was actually on the old cooker feed, which is on 32 mil at the board, so dropping the current down, protecting the cable, and we'll have an RCD on it now as well, which would be nice. This is in, screw tight to the wall, chop a bit of plaster out for the stuffing. We've got stuffings in at the top, we've got 9 cables to extend across. Looping them in, one by one, into the top bit. That's our little slot to putting the back rear entry ones through. Someone's done a cracking job at labelling the board up here. One by one, I'm just going to put these all in, mark out what does what with my little dashes that I wrote on the back of the old board, and then really extend them through. I think the easiest thing we could do is feed the tails through first, across there. We were going to put some trunking up, but Adam made a good inspection, because this door is built literally to the wall. We can't put any trunking on. Well, not like what we've got.
Sticks out what? 50, so it's like...
Right, we'd have to end the trunking like a foot away from the door.
Right, you'd have to end it like here.
So we're going to clip it all, and the customer's going to like box it in, make it a little bit neater, and yeah, it's a bit better aesthetically. Adam's put some trunking in up there. Going to cut some slots in it, and then do top entry in the board with some 5 grommets, which are in the fuse box board. Yeah. And yeah, away we go. It's going well. I'm happy with it. It's just we're both up in little steps.
Up, down, out to the van, getting little bits of water.
And it's super hot, guys. It is nearly 4 billion degrees outside, so don't go and sit in the van on the phone. That's what I just did. Right, so we're at now, guys. Poured out the earth, switched over for the new ISO. Everything is ready, linked through and labelled, so we're going to be starting putting some new legs in. There's 9 cables to be jointed and put across. Over to Adam, he's loving his life in his little cupboard over here. He's cut out the top of the board, sorry, no, he's knocked out the top of the board, put 5 grommets all the way across, took a trim out of the 4x2 trunking to allow everything to sweep in. So my biggest thing is going to be our tails, so we'll get our tails fed across with our 16 mil earth. We've got our 10 mils all over there, they will join into it, and yeah, we'll get cracking. It's just nowhere to put the camera, nowhere to film, so we can only jump backwards and forwards, but really happy with the progress so far. Hello, I'm in a little cupboard. Ad's got this in, we've got the tails in and across into the breaker. Now it's sorting out, so we're going to put the PV and the battery storage on as far left as we physically can. Cooker, which someone run the 16 mil in back in the day. Ring this side, we've got to extend 9 cables across this way, so yeah, it's just a jumble in playing Tetris at the moment in a little cupboard, so we're going to get as much as this done, and then we start packing in the RCBOs. And yeah, it's working. It's going to look really neat and really handy. You've got all the tails hanging down there, Ad, if you have a look.
Yeah.
But
so these are all the tails.
it's nothing that I can stand.
Have you showed off?
Yeah, I've already shown it all off. I'm happy with it.
Have you showed off this?
So yeah. Right, time is, ladies and gentlemen, and I've just released the first look, and I'll put it on the video now. It is 3:45, and this is where we're at with the board. I'll put a picture on the screen now of my new Velocity Pro Gear NB100 tool bag that I designed, Velocity manufactured, and it's for pre-sale. This is going out next week. Technically, I'll put the link below. It'll be out for pre-order, so I'll put it all below. But this is the bag. This is what I designed. It's meant for your usual small hand tools for jobbing in and out, second fix, call outs, that sort of stuff. Really happy with the design, so yeah, go check it out. I should have put this at the beginning of the video, really. But yeah, you can see how long it's taken us to do this. Cables are all up there. I'm going to put some metal tie wraps around it because it's got some metal fixings to the wall. And then this is where we're at with all these. So Adam's going to come and jump in and do them, and I'm going to jump over and do that. So, fun there, mate. You're waiting for me, aren't you? Just one more minute. Me why? Oh, we are. Yeah, boards. Oh, I need to get a new end. Board's done. I'm really happy with it. Got the CT clamp on here because it goes straight up for the solar and PV. So I'm looking at you, I should look at you. Got them in RCBOs, nice and spaced out. We've got loads of spare ways to have a play with. Next thing, just going to connect the main incomer have a massive tidy up of everything, then do another full test on the house, because obviously the stuff that we did earlier was great and we could identify what was what, but 90% of the cables that we've put in, well, no, actually not 90%, because we pulled some back, let's say 60% of the cables we've put in have been extended. So the resistance have changed, the calculations have changed. Calculations, listen to me. Sorry, Mark Allison. The resistance, everything's changed, so we're going to have to redo that. So we will jump back in a little bit once we've got some labelling on. It's looking sweet. We can power up and head home. No, right, Adam? Mm-hmm. You had a good day, mate?
Yep.
That was enthusiastic.
Oh, yes, so, well,
Right, we've had a massive tidy up. I'm filling the iPad in. We're going through schedule. I've done all the tick boxes. It's very rare that I've ever put a 40 amp in RCBO, and the maximum permitted ZS is 0.62. So putting that in, Adam's going across, because the rings that we split, we've moved across and done old part of the house, new part of the house. So we're just figuring out how many points are on it and what part of the house is on it. But we would have done a ring final when I put the board in. To the ring ends and R1R2. So yeah, we can get a few more R1R2 readings, figure out exactly what does what, because obviously we switched it across. Get ZS's as and where we can. RCD test, we've talked everything up, labelled the board up, all that jazz. It's currently 6:30. We're an hour-ish away from home, depending on traffic. Already then. We do love a challenge, but then tomorrow's a nice easy day, so swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Right, we're on. We're loving life. It's delicious. It's good. Fantastic. Very, very happy. Customer's happy. Adam's happy. I'm happy. Dad's happy. Adam's not happy. Why are you not happy?
I'm hungry.
It is. It's 7:45. I've still got an hour home, but that means, guys, Burger King. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. It was interesting to see how the PV was installed and what actually comes across in certain situations with different boards of people just throwing it in, just tap it in. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Take care now. Bye bye then.